Good YouTubing, everybody. Thanks for stopping by and checking out the channel. We really do appreciate it. And as always, we'd like to thank our viewers, subscribers, and our members, because without you, we're not us. So let's take a look at McFarlane Toys DC Multiverse Supergirl the Movie. This is Supergirl and Puppy Krypto. This is available now for order, and the links are down in the basement if you want to purchase. As you see, they're rolling on the stand. Krypto's not up there, but you'll see him in the accessories. He's just a slug figure. But right now, let's go ahead and roll her off the stand, and let's get started. Okay, for the appearance, to me, it looks like Millie. I think it looks really good. I mean, her eyes and her freckles, it looks just like her. I wouldn't say exactly, but it's very, very close, right? So taking a look at the mold there, the mold on the hair is pretty decent. You would think it would limit articulation. We'll get to that, but I think it does okay for what you have, because that's not flexible at all. And then you see that it has the brown wash in the hair, right, to part it. And you see the cape, that is soft goods. We do like that, and you do have wire in it, nice. And taking a look at her skirt, that is PVC plastic, so it's real flexible. So let's go ahead and look at the paint scheme on it. Take a look at that. So looking at the paint scheme, like I said before, you see her freckles on her nose, right? And those eyes, it's done very well. Black eyeliner, blue eyes, looks really good. And then you see the spray paint of the eyebrows there, lips. And like we said about the mold there, that's just a mold on the hair. Then you have brown wash parting it, right? And then you see the soft good cape there. And you take a look at the back, she does have the Super logo right there. More like a sticker, seems like. And then on her chest, you see the Supergirl logo. And that's grazed, and that's painted. You can see that paint yellow. You can see a little runoff there, but it's not bad on the corner, but there it is. Love the blue finish on the suit. Not bad by the neck. Okay job. Okay job, right? And then the skirt, like I said before, it's PVC plastic. There's the belt. The gold paint there is decent. You don't see any runoff there. Let's look at the back. Quite all right. Okay. Hands, yeah, they're all right. They look very ugly. They're okay. And then look at her legs. This is just a reuse from the Mortal Kombat Classic that McFarlane did, the Melinas, and then if you look the Atomic Comic Supergirl, this is just a reuse of those legs there, because they have those ugly joints in the knees. But the paint scheme there is good on the gold, not too bad. The red's okay. And then you go down to her boots. You have gold on the bottom, a little bit on the tip, right? Pause. And there we go. So you see the figure there. Let's look at that face one more time. Not bad. This one's correct. Okay. And that will do it for the appearance. And for the size comparison, the scale, if you will, you can see Darkseid is a mega figure, and you see Superman just a regular size figure. And of course, Supergirl, she measures right at 7 inches. Maybe a tad bit over, but you get the size comparison here. It does look pretty decent. I think the size with Superman and Supergirl is quite accurate on the size comparison of the two, on how tall they are in the movie. And as you see, Darkseid there to give you that large scale as well. And you get the idea. Okay. And for the accessories, you'll be getting the Puppy Krypto Dog, extra head sculpt, the sword, and an extra pair of flat hands, right? So let's go ahead and take a look at the Krypto Pup first. Okay, there you have it, the Krypto Pup. You see him there? All right, so there it is, the Krypto Pup. Just a slug figure, right? There he is. One ear up, one ear down. You have this brown wash on it. And there is his super collar, right? Yellow, got some gold there. Slug figure, not much to it. Got some fur detail. There you have it, right? Okay, next up, we'll take a look at the extra faceplate. As you can see there, more of a relaxed look, mouth slightly open. Here we are, there it is. This is super ugly. I'm not sure why they did it like this. You take the head off, you take that head off, and then you put this one on, then you take her hair off, and then you put it on here. That's Why is that? That's very unnecessary. Just make another head sculpt. Wouldn't that be the same? Then doing this, that's just strange to me. But look at it. You see it. There are her freckles, eyebrows, the eyes done very well with the blue, black eyeliner. There you go. Lips and the teeth. Not bad. No ears. Where are your ears? Because the hair covers it, right? But still, make the ears. So there you have it. Looks okay. Next up will be the sword. Of course, you see it there. Got a little bit of detail on it. Not bad looking. Here we are. There it is. You have your metallic finish, of course, and then you have the gold there, right? Metallic finish on the bottom, and then the handle with the red finish, and then more silver and gold at the end, right? There you have it. Have that little design there, right there. Okay, there you go. Nothing to it, right? Okay, next up will be her flat hands. We don't have to show both of them. As you can see her there, these are hands it looks like when she's flying, of course. We'll just show one. No need to show both of them, I don't think. Here we are. And there it is. Right, flat hand, looks okay. A lot of bad cuts on it though, right? Like there, you see where the thumb is? Yeah, but it still looks decent enough for the hands. Man, them look manly looking hands, right? There you have it. Basic hands. Okay, and that will do it for the accessories. Sorry about that. I left something out. I mean, you've seen it earlier in the appearance, but let's look at it real close. As you can see her punch hands there and the open hand that holds the sword. Yeah, my bad about that. Here you go. Look it up close. There's that punch hand. Super ugly. And there goes the open hand that holds the sword. Oh, not a great job. It's okay. There you go. Just to show you up close. Right? And that'll do it. Okay. Okay, so let's step into it. The POA. Very basic. I have the camera close so we can see these. You know, it's the head. I'm not a fan of the changing of the faceplates, but the head's gonna move decent, like I was talking about before, about the mold of the hair. So you would think it would limit it, but if you want to look up, you're still pretty decent. Tilts are good, so you're okay there. Down, of course. So that's not bad. Usually when the hair is just a mold, it limits. But as you can see, it does well. Not too bad, right? Okay, we know that the cape is wired. Do as you will, do what you like. Bend it the way you want to, right? There it is. We love that. We always love wired cape, okay? Of course, the arms are gonna be ball and socket with the latch, right? Rotations, lift them the way you like. Bicep swivels there, 2 pins for the double jointed arms, and you do have the hands that are interchangeable, so they have latches of their own and they rotate, right? You do have the lower sternum rotations, and you have waist rotations, right? Okay. And then inside you do have the click flies, as you can see there. I always call them click flies because they click. And of course the 2 pins for the double jointed legs, right? And then you have your feet on the rocker, some sort of rocker. I don't think, well, there it is. It's kind of rocking, maybe rotating more than rocking. And there's that huge latch, which really, really ugly. That should have came down a lot more covering that, but there you have it, right? Pretty basic on the articulation, but it will do the job, I think, right? And there it is for the POA. And for the packaging, it's pretty basic, just a little bit different than the normal McFarlane Toys packaging. This is a little wider, but as we look at it on the face here inside the bubble, you see the action figure and all the accessories, and behind it you have some mini diorama, some kind of cosmic looking thing in the back, and then you have the trading card with the action figure base, right? And if you take a look at the bottom, you see DC Multiverse, DC Studios, Supergirl, and Puppy Krypto. If you take a look at the side panels, you'll see DC Multiverse, the logo, and you see Supergirl there from the movie. And on the bottom, DC Studios, and Supergirl with the logo, right? And then take a look at the other side panel, DC Multiverse, open window cutout, Supergirl and Puppy Krypto, and at the bottom, DC Studios, Supergirl logo, Supergirl, right? And take a look at the top. Of course, you have your 22 moving parts, McFarlane toys, and the open window cutout at the top, right? So let's flip it over to the back side. There she is. Kind of like a cartoon art right there. But that's going to be your trading card enlarged, right? And as you can see, Supergirl and Puppy Krypto, Supergirl, and there you have it, right? Let's take a look at the bottom for the barcode. If this helps you out any, you can take a look at that, clear it up for you. There you go. Okay, and that will do it for the outside of the packaging. And for the inside of the packaging, as you can see, you have the trading card and the action figure base inside the plastic. I don't take the trading card out, I keep it in the plastic just to keep it in mint condition. And if I want to read the bio on the back, I just go online and check it out. And you can also see the mini diorama in the background. But that will do it for the inside of the packaging. For my pros and cons, my cons are, I don't really have any cons. Maybe the face plates, I don't like how you have to change the whole head and take the hair off. Just make a whole different face sculpt. That'll be good with the hair. But that interchanging, how that is with the whole head and then taking the hair off, not a fan. But for my positive, I do like it. I like how it looks, like the wired cape. Also, the facial expressions look close to her. Nothing wrong with the hair mold. It doesn't limit the head movements that much. The paint scheme is good, right? And we look at the accessories, and that's enough for what she has, right? The sword and the extra pair of hands, and plus the Krypto dog, right? It's just a slug figure, but hey, it's something. So for me, I'm about to give the figure a 7 out of 10. Let me know what you give it, guys. And you guessed it, you can get it at BigBadToyStore.com. Just check out BigBadToyStore.com. So what are you waiting for? Check them out! And this brings us to the end of our video. If you found the video informational or you just simply enjoyed watching, please hit the like, comment, share, and subscribe button. And as always, this has been another toy review. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.